everyone. Welcome to the Gilroy Show, your destination for insightful conversation with industry leaders, entrepreneurs, HR professionals, and change makers. We bring you practical ideas, inspiring stories, and expert insights to help you grow in your career, business, and leadership journey. I'm your host for today, Gilroy Michael, and let's welcome our guest speaker, who is Mrs. Vidhu Sharma, who has an MBA in HR with over 10 plus years experience. She has worked with startups and MNCs, including a unicorn backed by Sachin Tendulkar called Spinny. And she's also worked with an ITC backed by Milo. That's MYLO for people who want to know what exactly it is. Right? So she is one of the top 100 talent titans in India, and this was in 2024, hosted by Sutra HR. And overall, she is a people partner with business acumen, a trainer with inquisitive direction, and an orator with writing inclination. So let's go into the insights of today's podcast, which is where we will be talking about HR, talent acquisition, and HRBP with our guest speaker, Vidhu Sharma. So I'm so glad to invite you for our guest. I'm sorry, for our podcast show today.
Mhm.
So I would love to hear, or do let our viewers know what exactly you do and what are you currently doing at the moment as well.
Sure. Thank you so very much. First of all, I would like to thank you for welcoming on this particular podcast
My pleasure.
and helping others understand about my opinions, my point of view as well. I feel actually humbled and obliged. Um, and to help our listeners and viewers understand what exactly I do is I am an HR professional with 10 years of experience, as you already help people understand about it. But then being an HR professional is a really very big term for people. Considering someone who is working into HR would want to know what specifically I was doing into HR. So I had a few years of experience into talent acquisition initially, wherein I was working with an American MNC called Mary Price Financial. I spent approximately 3 years with them
All right.
in PTA. However, since I think I used to do the things quicker, I took up more projects into various other assignments and various other HR domains as well. I
Mm-hmm.
started taking care of employee engagement, employer relations, employer referral work as well. Then started doing some kind of onboarding pieces too for
Wow.
the
Okay.
organization. While my careers were majorly into TA then,
Mm-hmm.
but then I took up more projects too.
Okay.
And that helped me understand various aspects of HR. And there was a milestone in my life. I got married, and then I moved to another organization since it was American MNC,
All
US
right.
timings. I had to match the timings with my husband. Um, Maybe he could have done the same for me, but then since I was doing night shift, I think I mean we planned together that I switch my organization or I switch my working hours. So then I realized that I would want to move into TA at that point in time and learn so much about TA during my second stint at People Strong, which is an RPO. Or right now it is not anymore an RPO. It is HR Tech organization. I
All right.
spent approximately one and a half years with that particular organization and worked for various organizations hiring,
Mm-hmm.
like for Edelweiss Tokyo Life Insurance, India Mart, and majorly for Swiggy.
Okay.
Swiggy was actually growing at that point in time. So it was a new name in the market. People were knowing about the organization. And I think that I have contributed for the organization's growth as well.
All
Okay.
right.
Suppose that I got an opportunity to work for Spinny. It was a Series B funded organization then. I spent approximately 2 years with the organization. And from Series B, it became a Series E organization
Oh.
in this small tenure. I was hiring, I mean, on a daily basis, I was giving an offer to the organization's prospective talent people.
Okay.
And I think I contributed for the organization's growth as well. And later on, the organization became a unicorn, backed up by Sachin Tendulkar as well. It is into automotive. People know about Spinny, correct? And when I left the organization, it was actually a brand name by then.
Okay.
For personal reasons, I had to leave the organization at that point in time. It was COVID time, personal reasons, kids and all. But then I took a short break and then again joined another organization named Milo.
Mm-hmm.
It was again a Series B funded organization at that point in time, just recently funded. Rather, I would say the deal was not even closed by the time I joined the organization. And once I joined the organization, I mean, the deal was closed with ITC and various other partners, including W Health, India partners, which are a huge name in the industry
All right.
for backing up various startups.
Mhm.
So I joined the organization as a contractor into talent acquisition only. Okay. In Spinning as well, I was doing TA majorly. But then was since I was next to the VP HR, AVP HR, I mean, who was the head of the HR at that point in time, I was helping him in various other projects too.
Okay.
And similarly in Milo too, when I joined the organization, there were a few people in the team already. But then during our meetings with the CEO, considering I was hired at a very crucial TA role in the organization, it was a growth-led startup, and that was a crucial stage for the organization. The organization wanted me to be part of various strategic meetings, and since I was vocal, my results were actually very good for the organization's growth. I think I got a chance to get the visibility in the CEO's eyes as well. And within a few months, I started working from office, and they actually wanted me to be in office, and I took I asked, requested for 6 months being in home for managing the things for myself and my kid.
All right.
She was very young then. So at that point in time, the things went this way that within the span of 6 months, I started working in office. They were actually offering work from office role only, but I think during the interview rounds they liked my profile. They made an exception, and then after 6 months I went to office, and within a few months, I would say. Unfortunately and fortunately both. Unfortunately, my organization's head HR had to leave the organization,
Okay.
so he made a switch to his friend's startup, which was actually required for him at that point in time. I mean, considering he was a very close friend, he had to make the move indeed. And it was fortunate for me because in the team, I was actually the newest, but I mean, the CEO gave me the opportunity to be leading the HR department.
Oh wow.
I was leading the entire department, managing HR operations, HR business partnering, HR employee relations things, engagement thing, generalist kind of things, etc. Built a team, and then somehow I made an HR team for the organization, which was all new, considering, I mean, multiple dynamics that were happening in the organization then. But yes, I was leading the entire HR department. And during this particular stint, I got recognized as amongst 100 top talent titans in India by Sutra HR in 2024.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been actually amazing, right? Being into the HR segment and then you get acknowledged by people, and that you being one of the top 100 top talent titans,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. That's good. And by the way, I just want the viewers to understand, when we talk about HR, right,
Mm-hmm.
human resources. Now, people like you and me, we worked in corporates, we worked in corporate giants, we worked in startups. So HR is actually a big segment in every industry, and it's required in every organization as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
in MNCs, HR is split in two different categories. You have HR
Mm-hmm.
generalists, you have the talent acquisition team, then you have the recruitment team, who is separately known as the recruiters of a particular company. Then you have the generalist, then you have HR-BP, employee engagement team, and it
Correct.
goes on. The list
Correct.
keeps going on. So,
Correct.
how would you uh, define what each category is? Now, in case you work with the talent acquisition team, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
what are the major questions that you actually ask candidates, and how do you think they would respond to those questions based on the actual requirement for the organization?
Mm-hmm.
What the type of question that you generally ask?
Okay, so let me just go directly to this particular question, or would you want me to move through the first question that you asked?
Probably you can give it in your own way. Basically, something being a talent acquisition, a recruiter, when candidates come in for an interview,
Mm-hmm.
right? HRs, we normally have around 5 or 10 questions in our mind that
Mm-hmm.
we actually ask candidates, and they generally prepare for those questions that they come in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what are those questions that you ask, and what are you looking at in those questions?
See, for me, I mean, I would talk about myself first. Being a recruiter, so first, in any work that I've done in my entire experience, I have always looked for two things. One, if the person is the role fit or not. The second thing would be cultural fit. Okay. So HR's major job is to find the cultural fit indeed, not the role fit. At times, I mean, recruiter would check the basic CTQ, critical to quality kind of hiring criteria only. However, I try to understand about that particular role as well in detail, so that once I am presenting a candidate to the hiring manager, this particular candidate is at least good enough that the hiring manager would want to talk to him for a few minutes.
All right.
Sometimes it happens that the candidate's resume is all good in terms of CTQ criteria, but then the candidate is not good enough to be talking to even. Correct? I hope you can understand
Yes.
that the resume is really very good. This person might have done the things, but can't even talk about the things that he has actually done,
Mm.
because this resume is made from AI or from someone's help or from Google. It has been actually downloaded. Correct. So
Oh,
I would look for various role fitment criteria as well. Okay, and I would want to understand about that particular role. I may not be talking. I mean, since I would be hiring for technical roles as well, and I don't know many things about technology, but then at least I would know a few basic things about this particular role and the technology. I would want to understand about the projects that person has done. This may help me understand at least that this person is good enough to be meeting with the hiring manager. Of course, the hiring manager's job is to understand whether the candidate is good, I mean, good for this particular role or not, he's technically fit or not, but at least he's meeting the basic criteria, not over papers but actually as well.
all
Okay,
right.
so this is what I look for, um, uh, in terms of the role fitment and cultural fitment. I understand about my organization being into HR for approximately 10 years. I understand what the organization needs. I understand that my organization is, I mean, once I was working for MNCs, I used to understand that there would be specialist role requirement, there would be maybe slower career growth, but good in terms of person's deeper understanding about that particular role. This person would be getting good raises, fixed kind of tenure increments, and then of course the raises percentage could be different, but then based upon the performance. But of course there would be fixed tenure. There would be rewards and recognition system. This person would be recognized maybe or may not be based upon his performance, but at least there would be similar kind of setups in the organization because it is an established organization. However, if I talk about the startups, there could be some quarters wherein the organization is actually deep diving into getting that particular growth so that they can give good rewards at the end of the year or maybe half yearly, whatever the tenure could be. So yeah, basis this, I would understand that if this person is looking for some fixed kind of setup, very steady, but I mean continuous kind of system and setup and growth, then this person would not be a good fit for a startup like my organization. Okay. And if this person is looking for high-headed growth, this person is hustler, this person is analytical. Since I mean, not every organization is analytically strong. Milo had a very good setup in terms of analytics technology. They were very advanced and digitized. Even I mean, uh, AI has come into the picture some 2 years ago, correct? I mean, people are naming so much about AI right now, but my organization had this kind of I mean, thinking 4 years ago as well, or maybe 6 years ago when they were founded as well too, correct? So yeah, this is the reason that I would want to understand about that person's psyche, if this person is good for the organization or not. Majorly, I would want to understand about that particular person's fitment towards the organization, not that if the candidate is good or not. I understand this candidate would have been good, but if he would survive in the organization, he would grow in the organization himself or not. If the person is growing, of course, this person would help my organization to grow too.
Okay. And what do you think are the type of questions that you would actually ask them, and what kind of response that you would be expecting them to give you?
See, I mean that totally depends upon the role. A few kind of questions I would say are, of course, introduce yourself. Let me help you understand what you have done in your past experience. Help me run through your resume and help me understand a few things which are not there in your resume. But along with the same, I would want to ask a few questions which the person, if not feeling comfortable, can pass as well. Who people are there in your family? How you commuted to this particular office? How what do you understand about the organization? What your past organization was doing? If the person is not knowing what Milo did, I'm okay with it. No problem at all. I would help this person understand about Milo so that if the I mean, there are two reasons around it. I mean, first, this person should know before joining the organization what he's going up to. The second is, of course, this helps this person to make the decision. And second time, when the next interviewer is asking the same question, at least he knows that where he's going to. Correct? These are the basic questions that I would ask this person. I mean, asking, I mean, how he came to office. That question may sound very different, vague, or may sound, if I would want to understand this person's status or finances, or this person's anything. This could be a very vague question or something different as well. But then I would want to understand so that I am understanding if the person is comfortable or not. I would give him that particular comfort. I would be asking how you commuted to the office. Are you comfortable? Sometimes it happens that the person is reaching the office dot time, sharp time. Um, I would want to give him 5-10 minutes so that he's feeling comfortable. I'm not asking whether you came through cab, through a bike, through metro. I'm not asking this question. How you commuted? Are you comfortable? This way, I would be asking these kind of questions. If the way person responds helps you understand if the person is actually comfortable or not, one, and if the person is willing to adapt to the organization as well.
Okay.
If you are giving comfort to the candidate, warmth to the candidate, the person's response in the similar tone helps me understand if the organization, if the person is organization fit or not in a certain way. Of course, there are multiple other questions that will verify the same kind of opinion from myself.
All right, all right. And see, we do understand right now AI is coming to place, right? And people talk about ATS resumes and everything else. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, what is the work of a HR recruiter then? When ATS is in place already, and you guys have a HRMS software that blocks the right candidate to come in because the actual keywords are not mentioned on his resume. But when the candidate, basically he or she reads the job description, they understand that they have worked on those areas based on a job description, but is not mentioned on the resume, right? So based on that, ATS would actually reject a right candidate. So,
Mhm.
what is the actual HR recruiter doing?
See, one thing I would say is ATS have always been there in various organizations. I mean, since so many years. Now AI has come into the picture, which is more advanced from general or generic ATS. Correct?
Yeah.
Um, Considering the recruiters have advanced to the next stage, I believe the candidates have also advanced. Correct. They also tweak their CVs and resumes based upon the job description. And I would recommend people also to use the AI for at least rewording the CV. Okay. However, I would not, I mean, and not everyone does the same, correct? Especially the experienced ones, they do not tweak their resumes based upon each and every job description, correct? For those kind of things, I believe, I mean, in not in every organization, but in various organizations, recruiters do not rely only upon the ATS judgment. They actually check the CVs as well along with the same.
Hmm.
Okay, if the ATS is mentioning that the rejection reason is this, which is based upon 10 years of experience. The job description is asking for just 5 years or 15, 20 years. Of course, there is no point in recruiter utilizing the time there. Yes, and CV. So, yeah, I believe experienced people do not want to tweak their resume based upon the job descriptions, correct? Uh, One thing for sure, I would say is people actually who are experienced ones actually write about their achievements in the resume, correct?
Yeah.
I think that is a huge plus point for them. Considering AI, of course, looks for the exact keywords, but at the very same time, recruiters try to check whether the candidate was rejected for the keyword sake or not. I mean, someone who has a few years of experience into hiring would definitely understand what is the reason that this person has been rejected for. Even AI would try, this person doesn't have similar experience. I guess this particular person would want to check similar kind of resume. For example, um, if the ATS states this person has lesser than required experience, that makes sense for the recruiter to not check this particular candidate's resume again. However, if the CV states something similar about the experience, this person has worked into this kind of domain, Similar to this, if the rejection reason is stated that this person has worked not directly into this, but this kind of thing, the recruiter's task is to actually check the resume, okay,
Yeah.
to verify. One more thing that I would want to talk about here is the experienced folks would write not exactly one keyword,
Mm.
similar kind of keywords to the keywords as in the question, in the job description, correct?
Yeah.
I may have been writing talent acquisition in my CV. The job description may state recruitment, hiring, correct? Staffing. Now, the AI is strong enough to understand that hiring equals to TA, equals to recruitment, equals to staffing, correct?
Yes.
So I believe this way the rejection ratio is not always due to AI, correct? People are not able to write their achievements or their things in a proper way. This could be one of the reasons of the rejection. One thing also I've realized while I was also recruiting and I used to see is that people use too many graphics in their resume,
Mm.
which is not being read by AI. It is not eligible for them. For the AI actually. And many times it is not legible for the recruiter as well. People cannot even understand what has been written into the graphics because the graphic is not clearly present as well. Correct?
Yeah.
Many times tables are not presented really well. However, since we are human, we would be able to understand many things which AI cannot. AI cannot read multiple table formats.
Mm.
AI cannot read multiple graphics. AI cannot read various formats in the same resume. So people have to devote time in creating a resume. At least standard resume they have to create, which is actually very useful even if the recruiter is human or AI. Okay.
All right. All right. And see, that is about the recruitment part of it. That's for talent acquisition, right? So,
Mhm.
what about HRBP, HR business partner? How do they function, and what is the main core behind them?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What
What is
did
the
you say?
main core? What is the requirement of having a HR business partner in an organization?
In an organization, I think HR business partner is someone who is teacher's pet, and teacher could be the employee side and the management side both. Okay. If someone is looking up to HR or HR business partner, if it is an employee, he should think that this is the best person in the organization who would help me in various things. Okay. And in the management side, this is the best person who would help me understand about the undercurrent of the organization through this smiley face or maybe through his her personality. This is what I believe the HR business partner's role is, knowing the undercurrent of the organization and helping organization grow. This doesn't mean that this person has to be only management centric. This person has to be thinking about the employees as well. If this person is not about thinking about the employees, this person would not be able to give a clear or good picture about the organization's employees. And good doesn't mean the positive one. I'm saying the right picture of the organization's employees.
All right, all right. Now you know that see my channel, the YouTube channel that I have, the Gilroy Show, and
Mm-hmm.
we basically cater to job seekers and we can help them with career guidance, career growth, right? So, what would you tell the viewers about joining any organization as a HR? Is it worthwhile for them in a long run, or is it something useful that people can actually cope up? Just because you have a lot of engineers out in the market, We have a lot of IT candidates out on the market, and
Mhm.
not everyone is actually getting a job. So they switch their career into either going to Swiggy, Zomato. They start using Uber as a backup plan. Some of them they join a call center, BPO, and they start doing customer service. And
Mhm.
you have like at least maybe 25-30% of the people who come into HR with an
Mhm.
IT background, right?
Mhm.
Do you think that you can actually give them some insights as to what they can do in case if they have studied engineering and that will be actually helpful for them, or do they require to complete an MBA and then join a HR a company?
See, although I have done MBA, I don't think that is a mandate for someone to be HR in the organization, correct? Uh, of course, studies help you to run through the things better, but there has to be intent. Your emotional quotient, if that is high, if you connect well with the people, of course, you are a people's person, whether you are into HR or not, you understand people's psyche, correct? At the very same time, if you are studying a specific field that helps you understand about the that particular domain, but that is not the basic mandate, correct? Since you have talked about various engineers, IT people who have joined into HR domain, uh, I think not everyone would go successful even if they are working in direction of HR digitization or not. Correct. So I believe the intent. If the person is willing to talk to people, understand about them, helps them to be a great professional into HR, be it into talent acquisition or HR operations. Talent acquisition is the forefront phase wherein the person talks to various people, correct?
Yeah.
The HR operations person is really very back end kind of person, at least at a very initial stage of the career. They're at very back end of HR operations, but they are at least understanding about how the people are there in my organization, what are people dynamics, what are people demographics in my organization or outside the market as well. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, this is what I think the intent to understand people is really very much required. At the very same time, I'm not saying that you have to be really people's person, talking to everyone, extrovert as well. At least you should have this intent to understand people, at least in your organization. If you can think about things, similar things outside your organization, in competitors, uh, or maybe in various industries as well, that would be even wonderful, helping you understand better. but
Okay.
but people dynamics in your organization, if you start understanding about that, that helps you move up the ladder.
All right. Okay. Okay. And one more question about the HR segment. We all believe, especially employees in MNCs, they believe in having something called as Fun Fridays, and that is done by the employee engagement team of the HR, or
Mhm.
the training and development team of the HR department, who
Mhm.
conducts the Fun Fridays in most of the organizations. Is
Mhm.
that actually going to be helping employees out in the company, or is it a waste of time?
See, employee engagement is very much required. I think people's productivity increases when they are totally engaged with the organization, correct?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that Fun Fridays are the only ways to make people being engaged in the organization. There are so many ways that the people can be made feel worthy in the organization, valued in the organization, uh, being having a personal touch with people. I mean, of course, the CEO of the organization having 10,000 people in the organization would not be able to have a personal chat with every employee. Forget about thinking in their personal lives or their families, but this should be the culture that the managers should have this much of engagement with their families or personal lives as well. When you know about this person's family or personal life, you would not be only getting them to work. You'll be empathizing when they are not able to work or they are slower.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, this is the most important part. When I was working in Milo, before even joining, my interview was taken by the head HR and the CEO. I told them that it is COVID period. My daughter is really very young. I cannot come to the office at this moment. But since my resume was shortlisted, I applied for the role. My resume was shortlisted. I told them that I would want a few months. Can you give me? They were okay with this. Of course, since they didn't know and they didn't know me personally, we made some negotiations around the things. They asked for 6 months. They were okay for 6 months time. They asked for a contractor role. I was okay with it. Um, and within a few months, they checked, verified that if they hired a correct person or not, and then they moved me to the office and to the head HR role as well. But yeah, understanding this person's personal life. By that time, they could understand that since it is my, I'm at a new mother stage. They could have understand that at times I may be a bit unavailable during meetings as well. Okay. But as a person, as a professional, I have to be really very, really very professional too. I have to inform them on time that I may not be available. I may need 5 minutes in between because my baby is crying. He or she has fallen off to the floor. I had to take care of her. I had to calm her down. So they were understanding enough, and I've seen similar kind of things happening in my organization, in various other organizations as well. Not towards me, but towards all the employees in the organization. Especially, there was a new mom policy. Not new mom policy, I would say, mom policy, mother policy in Milo. They are into mother and baby care, so I think they could have been able to connect and understand things much better than other organizations. But yes, they understood it really well, and they gave the flexibility. So I think such kind of flexibilities, understanding the personal lives of the family members and them helps you to empathize with the employees really well. Talking about the fun Fridays, I think Fridays better than Friday. I think Tuesdays, Wednesdays should be better days to the organization. Considering Fridays, people are already very energetic that they are getting the weekend. um, when I joined first organization, I used to say to my manager, please call us to office on at least Saturday as well, because and one of my friend who joined with me as well, she used to say the same things, that it's better that we get Saturdays working as well, so that I get some time professionally more. Professionally devoting some time more. Plus, घर पे टाइम पास होना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. तो since I was living in a PG at that point in time, my MBA stage, and then I was living there only in the same PG. So I said, if I would have been living with my family, I would have spent time with them. Now I don't have much things to do. You can call me to the office as well. And my manager used to laugh that I cannot change the corporate policies, but I'll consider giving you different kind of assignments, because you get too much of time. You can explore and grow professionally at your home as well. And those kind of assignments he didn't give for the organization. He gave a few assignments wherein I could have helped myself grow professionally in long run, not for the organization but for myself. Okay, so he was a great mentor. So he helped me and my team member in doing those kind of things. But yeah, I think I think Fun Fridays are the days wherein people are already excited. So instead of having Fun Fridays, we can have Wow Wednesdays or some good Tuesday liners. I mean, maybe created, but yeah, Tuesdays are the days which are actually monotonous. Wednesdays are the days mid of the week. Maybe I mean, some people might have been feeling tired or not getting onto the productivity this way. So of course those are the better days, but at least there should be some engagement activities. This helps you connect well with people as well, with your team members, other team members, and that doesn't help you just in your role, that helps you shape as a professional too. So Fun Fridays or Wow Wednesdays or whatever employee engagement activities are actually required for people to be growing, connecting with the organization, and of course helping the organization grow too.
Thank you so much for that. Let's ask the viewers to give a comment on this particular YouTube channel and on this episode. People who
Mhm.
want to have fun Fridays or probably Monday blues Tuesdays, no matter what it's called as Wow Wednesdays. So based on that, let the viewers comment on this particular podcast as well, right?
Mhm.
And
Sure.
do you have anything else that you would like to share with us, Mrs. Vidhu?
Um, I mean, of course, the show was really wonderful to have discussions with you, and of course to connect with the audience too. I mean, one thing for sure I would say is to the listeners that that whatever you do, be it into HR, talent acquisition, or any subdomain of HR, or not in HR as well, I would recommend you to be following your passion, whatever you like. And I understand sometimes it is not possible as well, but whatever you do, try to give your 100%. Try to make the thing your passion. And if it is not giving you that particular passion, even if you are trying so many times, if you are trying harder, then think about changing the things for yourself. Because if you are not happy, you'll not be able to give 100% to yourself, to the organization, and to the people around you as well. So, yeah, this is what I would say. Do whatever you do, live a happy life.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
It would
sure.
actually mean a lot for a lot of people, and I have actually come across a lot of people who cannot join organization because of family pressure, and
Mhm.
they end up getting sacked out from the company, either fired from the company just because they are unable to cope up with the work, or they're
Mhm.
not able to meet the deadlines of the company, and they might have some other family problems at home, and they come to
Mhm.
work and they still don't like what they do. Right. So
Mhm.
what you mentioned was actually apt for this, because people who follow their dreams, or work towards what they like, will be able to
Mhm.
give 100% towards the company and to themselves. That's when they would grow, right?
Correct. And I would want to add here is, I mean, people start feeling demotivated as well when they are not able to achieve the things which they actually didn't want to, correct? And they start feeling demotivated. They start feeling that there is problem in me,
Yeah.
while the problem was there in the connection in them and the work. If they would have been doing something else which actually they like, they would have excelled as well. So I believe that should be the case. And I understand sometimes it is not really very easy, but try seeking those kind of opportunities.
Sure.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Sure. So, the viewers out there, thank you so much for your time and listening to this particular podcast of ours, where we have Vidhu Sharma, who is HR, talent acquisition, and HR business partner in her career. And I would
Mhm.
like to thank Vidhu for taking her time and spending a valuable time with us on this particular podcast.
Thank you so very much for inviting me to the show and connecting to the people. Thank you so very much.
Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Yeah, bye bye.